One of the big things that you need to ask customers when we meet with them the first time is, what is their mill capability? One thing we really need to know is the limitations that that mill or that producer has, so we can properly execute those diets. And so we know that what is in that feeder is what was on paper. Are they a base mix mill? Are they a VTM mill? What capabilities do they have? And some of the big reasons for that is, if currently they're doing a VTM and they're hand adding all that, is it better for them to go to a base mix to become more accurate, maybe save time, maybe they're short labor? So some of them questions really help with seeing what they can actually do and make sure that we can actually strive to make diets that will match them and what they can actually do with the mill. A big thing with that is how many phases can they feed, because depending on how many pigs they have, if they've got a small group, say 300 pigs, can the mill actually go and deliver 500 pounds of feed? In a lot of times the answer is no. And so with that, then you have to change to a pellet or maybe come up with a different solution on how we can actually feed that. How do we make it easier for them? And so there's a lot of that we can customize stuff, because we need to make sure it's executable, and we need to make sure that it's easy for that mill so it's done correctly every single time. If we see execution not correctly in say feed budgets or moving too fast through feed budgets, is we see a lot of variation in pigs. Those big ones really don't need that probably extra nutrition. They're okay. They'll do fine with whatever you feed them. It's those smaller, medium-sized pigs that really struggle. And if you don't feed them correctly, they just keep going backwards. And so you see the variation. The other thing you can start seeing is some tail biting or some ear necrosis. And you see a lot of that with too short of lysine. And so you start seeing some of them problems throughout the pig flow. For nursery, when we talk to customers, some of the big questions we ask is, are you seeing a lot of scours? Are you seeing a lot of variability in the nursery with those pigs? And also fall behinds. Fall behinds is a big issue if maybe they have a problem with their nutrition, because obviously those pigs are not starting very well. When you go to grow finish to say, are you on the right diet or are you on the correct budgets, we really look at variability and culls on that. The other big things is average daily gain and feed efficiency, but the problem is a lot of producers aren't going to know that. So the best functioning relationships that I have is working with the producer and the mill hand in hand. So ultimately, communication is the key with talking with producers and mill on what capabilities are there. No matter how much research we do, if it's not executed properly, it doesn't matter. The pig needs what we said it needs, and if we don't execute it correctly, that pig's never going to do that well.